What's up, everyone from TKOs? I am Eric, and yes, I am not in my house. I'm in the park. I'm playing basketball with Kelly, but I had to do this. I have to do this special live streaming with my brother, my friend, Ray Flores from Premier Boxing Champions. This man has been right there in the middle of everything that is happening right now up there in Las Vegas, Nevada, with the return of the legend Manny Pacquiao going up against Mario Barrios. There's been some changes lately in the card. Ray, how are you? And tell me what is going on in Las Vegas right now because it's wild tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Looking forward to Saturday night. My brother handled the weigh-in today. It was an electric atmosphere from what he said. I'm here in Phoenix tonight doing a Team Combat League, but then I'll be back in Vegas tomorrow. But I have been here all week, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of energy, there's buzz, there's electricity, there's excitement, and, looking forward to what happens tomorrow night. And what's going to happen, I truly do not know. It could happen in a variety of different directions.
Yes, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that para los que estén escuchando en español, él va a estar hoy en Team Combat League y mañana va a estar otra vez nuevamente en Las Vegas para el evento de Manny Pacquiao. Hay mucha energía en el ambiente, entonces le voy a hacer un par de preguntas de lo que está pasando. Tell me, Ray, what is happening or what happened with the fight between Angel Fierro and Pitbull Cruz because that fight got canceled, and now we have a new opponent for Pitbull in Omar Salcido Gamas. Tell us what happened there.
So I heard that it was, Angel Fierro had some issues making weight, and it got to the point where it was a bit dangerous. And his trainer, who is one of the best in the business, Robert Garcia, elected to pull him out of the fight. Now, I heard reports that he went to the hospital for observation, but I cannot confirm nor deny that. But his team did pull him out of the fight, citing concerns about his overall health when it comes to cutting the weight. So therefore, we have a new opponent, Omar Salcedo, as you mentioned, against Pitbull Cruz. Hey, at least Pitbull Cruz is still on the card, and we wish nothing but the best to Angel Fierro, who I know was looking forward to his rematch against Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that fight as well because the first one was just wild. Was like a fight of the year candidate, and well, unfortunate, but I think held us first, and so we hope that in the future we might see that rematch again between Angel Fierro and Pitbull Cruz because I wanted to see that fight.
Oh, so did I. I mean, I could tell, and yesterday during the undercard press conference, they both went forehead to forehead and started pushing each other, and you could tell that there was animosity between the two. They didn't necessarily verbalize it during the press conference, but physically you saw that they were clashing, they were ready to go. So it's unfortunate, but again, it's going to be interesting to see how Pitbull Cruz fares against Salcedo, and hopefully Fierro can come back and then get a better handle on the weight cutting, and we can see that rematch in the near future.
Yeah, the good thing is that Pitbull stays in the card, and he's going up against Salcido, who's not a bad fighter. I mean, he had one loss against Panama's Jose Nunez El Magnifico, and then against Andy Cruz, who's undefeated, is a really good fighter. And he recently beat Chris Colbert last year back in October, I believe. So I don't think it's a bad matchup for Pitbull to to showcase, and it's kind of like I'm not gonna say the same style fighting as Tachito Fierro, but he's also a Mexican warrior, and we know where we're getting tomorrow.
No, no, we don't. And you know what? I could tell you though that Isaac Cruz is going to bring action. That's what he does. He's aggressive. He's come forward. He brings the energy, and he's going to push the pace upon Omar Salcedo. So that Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's got one sort of speed, and that's come forward, and that's 110%.
Sí, para los que no hablan inglés, rapidito les traduzco. Hubo un cambio de oponente para el Pitbull Cruz porque se baja de la pelea Tachiro Fierro por temas de salud y el coach Robert García pues recomendó que no siguiera cortando peso. Entonces ahora tenemos a Salcido Gámez, Omar Salcido Gámez, que también es mexicano. Y bueno, sabemos que esto va a ser una guerra mexicana donde, pues, como dice Rey, el Pitbull Cruz tiene una sola velocidad que gira hacia adelante. Así que eso va a ser un choque de trenes muy interesante, la verdad, para nosotros los fanáticos mañana en este evento del regreso de Manny Pacquiao. I want to talk about quickly about the co-main event because the co-main event is the rematch between Sebastian Fundora and Team Sue for the WBO Super Welterweight title, and or is it the WBC? Sorry, correct me
WBC
if I'm
Super
wrong.
Welterweight Championship.
WBC Super Bowl championship. Yeah, that's right. It's a rematch. You know, we saw the fight last year. We know that Team C was doing good in the first rounds, but then the cut happened, and then we had like a change of the tie. And now maybe the conditions might be different now because they already know each other. They know what they both bring to the table. If there's no cut, what do you think is going to happen this time? Like, what's your kind of like prediction of what could happen?
Look, I know that Tim Zoo's made adjustments, so you know that he is of the mindset that he has to be able to adjust. I think he had some issues with the height of Fundora and the reach because it's very difficult to emulate the style. And just from a pure traditional textbook standpoint, you don't know and don't have a concrete plan on how to prepare for somebody with the height and with the reach of Fundora. Fundora right now is the tallest heavyweight or the tallest champion in boxing. That is surpassing the heavyweight division. You see guys that are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". Fundora 6'6" and a half that are heavyweights. So as a heavyweight, you're used to fighting bigger guys and sparring bigger guys and emulating their styles. With 154, you don't have that kind of height, and they're not many, if any, guys at 154 that are that height or that have that kind of reach. I believe Fundora's reach is 80 inches. Very difficult to be able to simulate in the gym. So I do think that Tim Zoo's made adjustments, but I also know that Sebastian Fundora continues to get better. And he knows he's like a human cheat code because he does use his reach. He's using his jab. I like how he's digging into the body more. I like how he's extending on his punches. I've been around Fundora for a long time, pretty much since his national television debut. And when he started, he liked to fight on the inside. Now he's using his reach. Now he's keeping people at the end of his punches, which maximizes impact. So Fundora has gotten better as well. And I do think that both men have made adjustments. Who's going to be able to implement their game plan? That is the question tomorrow night.
Exacto. Rapidito para resumir todo lo que dijo Rey. Team Siu ha hecho los ajustes, pero Fundora también. El tema con Fundora es su estatura, que mide 6 pies 6 pulgadas, 6 pies 5, 6 pies 6 pulgadas, que eso es prácticamente la estatura de un peso pesado. Y él es como una especie de cheat code humano que sabe usar su reach, su alcance, ¿no? Entonces, él tiene la estatura y el alcance quizás para imponerse, pero Team Siu también ha hecho los ajustes para este combate. Rey, I love that fight. I don't know, but I'm leaning towards Fundora getting it again on the possibility of a knockout. I don't know why. I think it's like a crazy prediction on my end, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that is gonna have team's number again this time. I don't know.
Now, you know what? Here's the thing, Eric. Fundora has a way to wear you down. And because he's putting together his punches and he punches in combinations and he's a high volume, high pressure kind of a fighter. He used to be a high volume, high pressure fighter on the inside. Now he's doing it from the outside. So it's very difficult to hit him. He can hit you because of his range and because of his reach, but you can't hit him because you're not in his range and you're not able to connect and find him.
Um, yeah, it's a tough matchup, and you know what? The funny thing is that the line is so evenly placed in the book sports that I know it's gonna be a tough fight to call, but I don't know. I'm still leaning towards Fundora to get it done again. Now let's talk about what everyone is waiting for: the return of Manny Pacquiao. And I believe that a couple of months ago, that was like 4 months ago, we talked. We talked back in April, and I think I texted you like, "Hey, I'm hearing this rumor that Manny Pacquiao is coming back and he's going to face Mario Barrios," and you said, "I have no idea, man." And look at us now. Here we are, my friend.
Yes.
That is just crazy. This guy's a legend. He's a multiple world champion in multiple weight classes. but he's 46 years old, and I just don't know what could he bring to the table at 46 years old. I mean, he's done it before at 40. He defeated Adrian Bronner. He defeated Keith Thurman. Those guys are world class. Now Barrios is in his prime. He's 30. He's young. He's taller. But Manny's still a legend, man. I don't know. I'm seeing some crazy stuff happening tomorrow. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know what to expect. All I can say is expect the unexpected. That's my mentality heading into this fight, Eric. With Manny Pacquiao, I've heard from Freddie Roach, I've heard from Sean Gibbons, a part of MP Promotions, that Manny is turning back the clock, that he looks unbelievable, that he is really, that this 4 year layoff away from the ring has been beneficial because of the wars that he's been in, the how physically taxing it is on the body to be in the sport of boxing at the highest level for such a long time. So, I mean, when you think about it, he beat Ledwaba at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in June of 2001. His last fight was in August of 2021 against Yordenis Uga. So, that is 20 years consistently fighting at this incredibly high championship level. So I think a break will do him well. The question is he going to have any ring rust? And because he hasn't taken punishment, how you're used to taking punishment, dealing with big power shots in the ring, how's he going to be able to react to those punches that a physical, in his prime, as you pointed out, a very determined, a guy that wants to hurt you in Mario Barrios? Barrios, his power resonates here at 147, and he has gotten a better stream of knockouts here at welterweight, and he's had a propensity to be able to hurt your opponents. That's going to be the question. Can Manny handle the firepower of Barrios? And will we be able to see Manny turn back the clock and go back and revert to his old ways? Because if that is the case, it could very well give Barrios some issues.
I want to point out something that you and I, well, not you and I directly, but I saw you posted a video not many years ago, maybe 2 3 years ago, when Mario Barrios decided to move to 147, and he beat I believe it was Giovanni Santiago, and you told the world, because it was in your Instagram account, you said Mario Barrios is going to be a problem at 147, and I believe he's going to be a world champion. And again, here we are with Mario Barrios being a world champion and facing one of the very best to ever do it. And we know that boxing mat is not an exact science, but Mario Barrios beat Jordanis Ugas, and Jordanis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. Is that an equation where you would suggest that maybe Mario has the solution for the puzzle that Manny Pacquiao might be?
Eric, based on that, yeah, you're absolutely correct. And the odds makers have Barrios a decent favorite in this fight. I asked Manny what it was like being the underdog, and Manny has said, I've been in the underdog role before. I've been in the challenger role before, so this is nothing new to me. But at this stage of his career, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he handles somebody who is trying to put him away, and someone that's not. When that bell rings, Bob Santos, the head trainer, the esteemed trainer Mario Barrios, has said, we know that we've got to hurt Manny Pacquiao. That is the focus. So, the pleasantries are going to dissipate when the bell rings tomorrow.
Yeah, here's the question from Carlos Vallecero before we finish. Is by chance would you guys think that Pacquiao has nothing to lose and will try to get the KO, or he will just try to win by being the better boxer?
I think Pacquiao will try to overwhelm Barrios in the beginning because, Pacquiao has that in and out and that, dart in, dart out kind of mentality. But if Barrios is able to withstand those first few power punches, I think Manny is going to not be as aggressive and try to figure out the puzzle that is Mario Barrios. Because when you do try to go for the knockout, Eric, as you know, you leave yourself vulnerable. And at this stage of his career, I don't know if Manny Pacquiao wants to make himself and leave himself vulnerable too many times because it could put him on the canvas.
Ray, you are one of the best in the business. And the last time that we talked, I talked to you about Resendez and Caleb Plant, and you told me, my friend, that those guys already had sparred before. And you look what happened. Resendez got the nod on that victory, and I remember, I remember what you told me that they had sparred before. You're one of the best in the business. And before we go, because I know you're very tight on time, just say hi to my little friend here who's playing basketball, and I know she wanted to say hi to you too.
Hello, how are you?
There she is. There she
Hi,
is.
Kelly. Good to see you. Great to see you. Amazing. You guys are the best.
No, no, you are the best, my friend, because I always. She says she miss you. We miss you too.
Likewise.
And also, Ray Flores, the person that told me, Eric, you should dedicate yourself to the gift predictions and help people make money with bets. And so here we are once again. Ray, I know you're tight on time. Thank you so much for this 15 minutes of talk. We're going to listen to this very carefully and we're going to make our plays and bets. And hopefully, it's going to be a great night of fights tomorrow at the in Las Vegas. Is it in the T-Mobile? Is it in the
Yeah,
T-Mobile?
MGM Grand Garden Arena.
In the MGM Grand Garden Arena with the return of Manny Pacquiao.
Hey, all I got to tell your viewers before I get out of here, Eric, hello to you and Kelly, but also to your viewers. Listen to Eric. He will put money in your pocket. You want to enjoy a late summer vacation? Place your bets on what Eric tells you, and you will be able to go to the Maldives if you want and enjoy a vacation. Compliments of listening to my man, Eric. So certainly pay attention to his advice because it's going to make you a substantial amount of money. So all the best, guys.
Tomorrow, so is that on Prime Video pay-per-view?
Prime Video pay per view, BBC pay per view on Prime Video, my friend.
If you're in the US, you know where to watch it. If you're in Panama, you can watch it on television on RPCM Telemetro. Ray, it's been a pleasure, man. See you soon, and thank you
Definitely,
so
Matt,
much.
brother. Talk to you soon, bro. Later.
See you. Bye bye.